Welcome to art lesson video number 1. Today we will be focusing on abstract expressionism. Abstract expressionism, a broad term for a style of art which is characterized by freely created abstractions and the spontaneous expression of the artist, and where the subject may or may not be recognizable. Art that rejects true visual representation. It has few recognizable images with great emphasis on line, color, shape, texture, value. Putting the expressions of the feelings or emotion of the artist above all else. Art composed during summers in the Hamptons when it's too rainy for the beach and Lee Krasner has a lock on the liquor cabinet. Why did I choose such a difficult to understand form of art to start? Rather than focusing on perfecting certain techniques, first I want you to find out what kind of artist you are. I feel it is better to discover more about the type of artist or creative person you are, rather than to jump into something and have someone tell you what you are or tell you how to be. My focus is not for you to perfect technique. My focus is for you to unlock your more creative and artistic side. As I have said before, some of the masters of technique are often not very good artists. They may be good at something they do, but they don't have anything to say with it. Abstract expressionism is important to me because it doesn't give you this finite form, this product. It keeps you from having this idea in your head that you can fall short of something. It really allows you to free your creative side because it frees you from the constraints of having to make something in particular. And when I first started out painting, I tried to focus on technique, I tried to focus on drawing, I tried to focus on all of the things other people said I should do or I should be. It wasn't until I discovered abstract expressionism that I was really freed from that, in the sense that I could do something without any idea what I was doing and really discover what kind of artist I was. It also helps you learn as you go because it makes you unafraid to try different things, since you don't have this final project in your head or the idea that it should look like this. You're making something, you're gonna have no idea what it will look like. You won't be afraid to ruin your piece by trying new things and exploring. Art isn't about perfection all the time, it's about exploring. So what I want you to do is grab a canvas and jump into a piece. You may not have any idea what you're going to do, but just start painting and see where it takes you. Maybe put on some of your favorite music, free yourself from any concept you may have already, and start painting. One thing that you might want to do on your canvas, which you should buy already primed or have already primed it yourself. Sometimes you can prime it with a gesso or some sort of varnish, but we're going to keep it simple today and just prime it with a white or a sand color underneath, or whatever color you want that to be. Your base color can be purple if you want. I don't care, it's your thing. you have a nice smooth, even coating to work off of, and you won't have any stippling. Today we're using acrylic paint because the dry time is easier, and that leaves us more room to experiment with different things. You can have paint, ink, spray paint, any kind of mediums that you want, as long as they are latex based and they will dry quickly. One thing you should take the opportunity to do, get to know the different kind of brushes, how they work, what they do. Try different kinds of lines, different shapes with them. One thing I like to do to keep an area wet for blending is mist it with a little bit of spray water. Be careful not to over mist because you'll get a lot of dripping. That keeps my area nice and wet to work with. Acrylic paint often dries very fast. Maybe take one section and let it drip. See how you like that? Try working with the drips. Try working against them. Really get to know the paint and how it works for you. I want you to be discovering your own different kinds of techniques here. Experiment with different kinds of strokes. Broad, straight strokes. My favorite is the absolutely erratic, nonsensical strokes. If you have some music on, this is a nice time to use your paintbrush and your mood to kind of guide how you're making your lines or what kind of strokes you're doing. One thing I like to do is let colors bleed over one another by spraying them like that. Don't be afraid to add a little bit of water to your paint. It gives it more of a watercolor quality. One of my favorite things to do is to splatter. Don't be afraid to really get gloopy with it. See, I'm really letting those colors blend in together. Sometimes I like to squirt the paint directly on canvas. Oops. Remember, as Bob Ross said, there are no mistakes, only happy accidents. Also take this paint globbing opportunity to really explore texture. Don't be afraid to build your paint up. It doesn't all have to be uniform on the canvas. Sometimes texture can add really, really great depth. Especially if you're kind of new to art, texture can be your friend. Now this is what I mean by adding some texture to your piece. You can see the raised bits of paint there. Don't be afraid of that. Learn to work with it and make it work for you. If you're afraid of that texture, you can just add a little bit of water to keep the area moist so you can blend it out afterwards. One thing that I find is really cool, if I spray water on an area and then go back over it, it lifts the color from that line. Layla. Hey Layla, do you want to grab a canvas and come paint with me? I got an easel for you over here. Alright. Grab any canvas you want out of the shed there. Not the big one.
I have some inside.
Oh, you do? Okay. Great way to learn is to get people to join in with you. That way, if they make a discovery, they can share it with you. Sometimes having an outside person to make suggestions or critique is really helpful. I really like the way that pink and blue is playing into each other there. So I'm going to try to not blend that too much, and I'm going to keep going with it. Up here I'm going for a kind of tie-dye effect with something of a scrumble method. Scrumbling is when you use sporadic depressions of your brush to pull colors into one another. That gives you kind of a natural shaded effect, as opposed to something that looks very linear, which can at times be artificial looking. Of course, it doesn't matter in this because this painting doesn't have to have any particular form. One thing I really like to use is leaves. Leaves and spray paint are a great combination. So you can get a cool pattern like that. Make sure if you use spray paint, you're in a well-ventilated area. One thing I like to do with the wet areas is go back over them, and you can see some of the paint start to lift off of those areas, which allows you to bring in whole new colors without blending. I encourage you to start incorporating different materials. You can start trying to use some ink. I really like these different kinds of inks. This one's almost dead. But inks give you really vibrant, beautiful colors, especially when you're working with acrylics. Oh, you got a canvas?
Yeah.
All right, let's set you up. Set you up right here. Oh, that's fine.
Are you recording?
Uh-huh. There we go. You're not in view of the camera right now, Will. There you go. Got some paintbrushes. You want to use the egg thingy? Sure. Alright. And you just start painting. This is one of my favorite things to use. It has diamond patterns, and I like to use it with spray paint. You can use a chorus. And there's lots of colors in here, so use whatever you need. And today we're working on a form of art called abstract expressionism. Oh, there's lots of paint on that easel already, so that's totally alright. Right. Say, maybe you hate what you've done so far. One thing you can do is wet it, take a ruler, and scrape it off. That gives you a nice uniform canvas again. Usually this works a little bit better, but what I've done is I've let it dry too much. I actually kind of like the effect that the ruler is bringing and the texture that it's giving to the piece. Experiment experiment with rulers. Any odd thing you can find in your house. Maybe you've got a colander you don't want anymore. Maybe you've got, you know, an old spatula you want to try painting with. Get in there and really use your hands sometimes too. I'm all about finger painting and really connecting with your work on a physical level. What are some other crazy things? Oh, there's a bug on there. What are some other crazy kinds of things you can use to paint with? I got a ruler here, I got some records. What else can you think of?
Canvas?
A canvas. I mean, unconventional materials.
Yeah, you could like measure something out with a canvas.
Alright, canvas on canvas action, sure.
Like maybe a pan.
A pan, that's a cool one.
Some kind of fire detector thing.
A fire detector thing?
To
Alright.
make like circles or something.
Yeah, stuff to make circles. Circle making is really good. Another thing that works great for making perfect circles, records. Alright, what other colors do I need? If you want to use any of this pink, I had to stab it open. So you're welcome to. And feel free to dip in any of the colors that I have on this canvas so far.
You mean on the thing?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that.
Do you have like a water thing?
Yes. Water jug's essential.
Or canvas, or in candle things.
I am a big collector of jars. I always like to save jars. Hey, be quiet! I always like to save jars to use for water and turpentine.
Oh yeah, you can use that to dip them.
Acrylic paint washes off easily, which is part of the reason that we are using it today. We'll let this side get really drippy. Bring some of that purple in there. Let her work with your drips. You can guide them.
Later is the pink color.
Create some lines. Try some circles. Maybe you want to throw a triangle in there.
It's a 4.
I thought it was an anarchy A.
It's an anarchy.
Wait.
Oh god, there's pink color.
Yeah, that'll happen. What other color of the rainbow am I missing here, Layla?
Red.
I am missing red, aren't I?
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't really know how the colors of the rainbow go.
So red and orange, green and blue,
Oh, yeah.
yellow and purple, which I think, no, mix up that one.
What? Yellow?
Oh, there's red. I poured it, I just didn't use it. Basic red is very pink. I recommend getting a color like madder or deep red. Sometimes to pull your red, I have a secret recipe for blood. I can't let you know what all of it is,
Wow.
but because it's my secret recipe. I gotta patent it first before I release it to the masses. 2 of my secret colors in red are madder, black, and purple. Sometimes they add a little bit of orange and brown depending on how dried I want the blood to look.
this stuff wash off easily?
Yes, it's acrylic paint. It'll come off pretty easy. Going over my fern. It's real dark in the corners here. Colors have really mixed.
It's starting to look more red. What color's next after red?
Orange. Yeah, there's no orange in there. I gotta go get an orange. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Another thing that I also really like to use is alcohol. But don't be afraid to take your canvas and lay it down flat to do this. But flicking a little bit of alcohol can add a really interesting stippling effect to your work. And it can also work to blend colors. So stippling occurs when a paint pulls away from the surface that it's attached to, creating these vacant little bubbles between your paint. Some of you may have painted your house or tried to paint over oil paint and noticed that happen before. Now remember, we're not trying to create any definite thing, or, I don't know, maybe you have some idea of what you're doing, maybe something has taken form already, but what you're doing is you're learning about the way you paint, maybe the way you stroke, the way you need to improve, the way things react with one another. You are creating something just for fun. This is a learning experience, not a I must finish this and have a perfect final product experience. You want to grab a canvas out of the shed and paint too, Stephanie?
Huh?
Do you want to grab a canvas out of the shed and paint?
Really? Not the big one.
Not the big one,
No,
any of the little ones.
Yeah, no, I know.
The big one I have to fix. It's got an enormous rip in it.
Tell the people not to rip their things.
That one got ripped in my car on transport. Oh,
Want me to
you
go help
show
with
them
them?
where the canvas
Do I have to rinse this off? Or can I just...
No, you could just leave it.
Okay, I'm on
I'm
my
going to fling a little paint. One thing that works really good for paint flinging is if you have a lot of people like to paint space. A good way to do stars or those little tiny paint droplets is if you have a hard toothbrush, like a hard bristle toothbrush. And what you do is you get a little paint and water on your toothbrush and you flick the toothbrush at the canvas. You are probably working on something much smaller than I am using. I am doing this big giant piece today because we are outside in weird lighting and I want you to be able to see what I'm doing on a larger scale. And my battery is about to die, so I have to go plug that in and I'll be right back.
recorder man once.
Yeah, she did a lot of recording stuff for me. Alright.
What's this white stuff? spray paint.
Where's my piece? Right. I have been using pieces of my broken record to make little circles here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some paint and I'm going to keep going with that.
Okay.
It is focused.
Oh, so you're just making little swirlies there.
Making some swirlies. And it's cool if you get different colors involved because you can pull the paint into itself. Let's wet it a little bit more.
Cool with the drippy effect of what do you call it? Alcohol?
Yeah, the alcohol. One good tip for using the alcohol when you splatter it to make that stippling effect. One thing you might want to do is, if you like the stipple effect, to leave your canvas flat to dry that way, or else it will just run down and everything will blend together.
Okay, I'm gonna... One more.
Add some more colors on there. Where's that pink? I was liking that.
It's right here. Oh yeah, I was gonna use it real quick. Let me put some of this on your thing. Oh God. Oh, you had to do it that way?
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Oh.
Sorry if I'm shaking a lot in this video.
No, just try to hold it as steady as you can. Steady as she goes. Whatever happened to the raw contours? Where'd that thing I was using go? Oh, right here.
Titi loses her things a lot.
I do, don't
Remember that camera world, people. Oh, was that what we had to pull the card out of the garden for?
I?
Oh, so Lindsay won?
Uh-huh.
Is that who you're doing this video for?
Yeah, Lindsay still hasn't told me what she wants.
Oh, so you're not...
Curious to see what it's gonna be.
Oh, so this video's not for Lindsay?
Nope. It's just an art lesson. Let's pull. Where should we add some more of these? Up
Titi, I
here?
can't get it onto the
Yeah.
leg.
Yeah, that goes good together.
Yeah, that black and pink.
Yeah.
Yeah, black and pink looks really good together.
I'm gonna try adding a little bit of. Like some of that effect. So keep it going with whatever odd object you have, and
Titi, will you
try
tell
to
me
see
your
the different
secret
ways you
art
can
recipe-
use it.
Your blood recipe off camera.
My blood recipe?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you my secret ingredient for my blood recipe later.
Okay.
Let's see.
Corn pop. I can't say that.
Did you? Did I hear? I think I know what it is.
What is it? Oh, fuck.
Like paint blood or fake blood?
Pink blood.
Oh,
This? Oh.
I was gonna say
Like brown?
cornstarch.
Uh-uh.
Nope, can't cornstarch.
Well, I can just edit this out later.
Okay.
I feel like I need a bigger piece to make some bigger swirls.
Use that piece.
Let's try. Yeah, it's not even though.
Oh, make it even. Titi,
Let's try a ruler.
after when I'm done, will you do some paste splatters for me?
Yeah.
This piece. Because I do have this.
Yeah, that's cool. You know what it reminds me of? Like those DJs where they have like those like
wanna make it
like the I don't know what they call them.
Markers?
Yeah, no, where they like move their hands with it.
The station?
Do-do-do-do.
That's a record.
Oh.
Those things.
Oh, I thought it was a different name.
How do you get the drippy effect?
Gotta be drippy.
What?
Gotta be drippy.
No, how do you get it? Like with water? Oh, because I was looking for the drippy effect here.
Another one?
Yeah, right there.
Just gonna get my I'm gonna have to wash my hands when I'm in the shower. Wash up.
Yeah, maybe TT can paint mine if she wants. She could do like different things on it.
And, but only if you want.
I like the purple and the black with it. That looks nice. The light purple.
Oh God, your water's running low. Let me go refill it for ya. Can you see me in the camera?
No.
How's that looking so far?
Really good.
What do you think for balance?
Do you want me to go refill this for ya? TT?
Oh, it's pretty good. What else do we need to add to it? Oh yeah, would you?
Yeah.
That'd be great. Thank you.
Did you want my paper?
I really like the black and the green together. Maybe one down here.
Do you want me to refill it in the bathroom or in the kitchen?
Whatever. Don't matter none. Now you're just over blending.
Don't overblend.
Take that off. We're gonna add some more black to it.
Reminds you of like a Green Lantern color.
There are no mistakes, only happy accidents. Yeah, looks pretty good for balance.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. What else should we add to this? Do we want to add some white? What about some glitter?
I was gonna say glitter, but I don't know if you wanted to put glitter on it.
Why not? Let's add some glitter to it. Alright, let's see what we got here. Got some of these colors. Alright.
Put it in there. Wait, show the camera. Satisfying.
Oh, you know what we need?
What?
We need...
I almost fell. And if I fell, someone's gonna. Where's my paper trail? Where's my paintbrush, TT?
Oh, it's in the water, honey.
Oh, okay. Which one's mine?
That one. I think it's
Oh,
the
it's
first.
this one.
Alright. Well, I didn't have any glue for glitter, so we're gonna work with some
Oh, I
workable
have the glitter
fixative.
glue right here.
Oh no, different glitter glue.
Oh. Yeah, I
Alright.
don't know if I'm gonna paint the sky. Probably not, though. Why would I?
Well, sorry.
It's okay.
My bad.
Stephanie's gonna get high.
No.
I like my socks though. Guess. I'm a cameraman. I'm a cameraman. Okay.
What'd she say? What'd she say?
Hold on, I'm trying to focus it.
Oh, that's white. We don't want white. We
Hey,
want-
TT, check out my socks. They're black and gold. Black and gold.
those are nice.
You should do black and gold.
Hmm?
Black and gold. You have a gold paint.
I do, but not too much of it.
Oh, I was about to say black and gold would look nice on it.
Silver is
Oh,
really
should I
Yeah, silver too.
Should I do some gold drips?
Yeah.
Okay. Where's the gold paint? Oh my god, I need to start wearing socks and slides. I want slides like yours with a hard bottom. But I have to tell my mom to take me to JCPenney.
I got these at Nike in Foxwoods.
No, your other one.
Yeah, that's a JCPenney. In the
Oh
women's
my god,
section.
This is not gold. Oh, this is sand.
Oh, it has gold spray paint on it. Yeah, not bad.
Now we have sand paint. We might do some. Where's the gold paint? Do you have any gold paint? Do you have any gold acrylic paint?
I do, but I don't have too much.
Oh, I have gold.
All right. What do you think?
Pretty good.
All right. Does it need anything else?
I don't think so.
Who knows,
Maybe
right?
some more leaves.
Abstract expressionism. How about some shadows and highlights?
Yes.
Adding whites and blacks and other colors back into your piece is a great way to add some shadow and highlight.
Oh yeah.
Let's throw some.
Titi is a
That's
god
dead.
at this
Or not.
kind of stuff. Listen to her.
There.
Oh my god, Jackson!
So if you want to make a shape or a circle pop, it's great to add some shadow to give it some texture.
Yeah.
Sometimes you
put
mess
more
up.
leaves. That's my idea.
I would love to put this in my room.
More leaves? You think it needs more leaves?
Yeah, I like the leaves.
Yeah? I can see a couple there. I won't.
Yeah.
You said it's abstract expressionism.
If you feel like you need to express yourself by adding more leaves, go for it. As I said, use spray paint in a very well ventilated area.
So if you feel like you want more leaves, add more leaves.
Exactly.
That's just how things go.
Nothing's ever wrong and nothing's ever not finished.
Nothing's ever right.
That is that's a good piece of advice also.
From Layla.
Layla has good advice sometimes.
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we're with Layla's painting.
No, this is gonna be part of this video, but I like your narration. You guys know way more about this than I do.
Welcome back to Amber's channel. And today we're with Layla Caroline.
This is Carolyn.
Coraline.
Coraline.
This is my painting. It's a rainbow with I'm working on the drips right now. There's some glitter glue. I don't know can you see the glitter glue?
Yes, a little
You
bit.
can see the glitter glue. It's a rainbow. This is some grass. I don't know. If you can see it, there's some clouds filled in with glitter glue right here. There's some pink right here.
Okay guys, let's go to my painting even though it's not ready yet. We're tracing for right now. It's Playboy.
The wonderful world of Stephanie's painting.
Playboy. If you know who
Playboy.
Playboy Cardi is and Playboy logo, this is it. It's
Die Hard.
and die lit. Anyways, guys, look at Amber. She's getting into it.
Yeah, get into it.
She's getting into it.
I feel like maybe some drips here and there would be good. I might follow suit with Layla. One thing that I like to do to make the drips that I do is I get these little squeezy tubes and I fill them with a little bit of paint and a little bit of water. And I shake them up. And you might have to play with it a little bit to try to get the right consistency out of it. Oh, that looks pretty good.
Earlier.
And I like
Get that drip effect.
Yeah.
I was crying earlier.
And another thing that you could do is you might want to stand back. You can add a little splatter.
I love
Did you
splatter.
hear me?
Yes.
I was crying like 20 minutes ago.
I know. Well, I'm glad that you feel better now.
Do you guys want to see my hands? This is my hand arm.
Layla's applying her war paint. War!
As you can see, guys, we are ready for battle.
We're going in war.
Whoa, that made a cool effect.
Layla's discovering things by trying new things and being unafraid.
Yeah, that's
So
what
you
you
should
have.
take some advice from Layla.
Yeah, that's what you have to do to reach your goals.
Uh-huh.
Sorry guys, I was thinking about Marilyn Monroe.
Marilyn Monroe is dead.
No, I know.
Do you know that Stephanie, did you see that Marilyn Monroe has a verified TikTok account?
I think so. But we're getting into this.
All right. So, what do you think?
Don't know what I did with my.
It's really great, guys. What do you think? Leave a like on the bottom. Leave a comment on the bottom, please, and give us back your feedback.
And let us know what you think of this.
But if it's rude comments, you're being blocked.
If you even think about
That's how they handle stuff now. Hey,
hating,
the kid's got something right.
you're being blocked because no one needs you in this world. This video is just about art. Please don't copyright. Thank you.
It's very explicit. Your thing is dying.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay.
I think we're gonna have to end the video here, guys.
Oh, I just got it. Oh, that's
All right.
cool.
Whenever you feel like you've learned a good amount from what you've created, you can call it done. Be a laugh.
Alright guys, this is the finished product. Thanks for watching.
Oh yeah, what do the YouTube people usually say?
And we'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. That's empty and hollow. We need something better.
See you next time. Welcome. Make sure
On
to
Amber's channel.
No, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.
See you next time. Thank you.